Yep. All right, this makes sense.
Cool.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So
All right.
just out of curiosity, have you ever tried Conqueror? And the only reason I'm going to say that, I don't like to like hard push Conqueror over Hail Blades because I know they're both good, but if there was ever a game to go Conquer, it's probably a lot better in Aramis, I would think. Like
Ramus and Mundo.
yeah, the double tank.
I look, honestly, I probably think Conqueror is better in almost all scenarios, but for me, Hail of Blades has just become such a crutch. Like I've noticed, and you might even see me play, my combos aren't even that good anymore because I've just become so reliant on getting those 3 auto attacks and then biting.
Yeah.
Like I think that's probably one of my biggest Rek'Sai problems is that my combos have just become so like lazy that I've just over reliant on Hail Blades now.
Yeah, that would be weird to. I never thought about that because I like really literally never run Hail Blades, so I never thought about like how when you don't have the Hail, because sometimes you obviously you don't have a Hail Blades proc, and I could see that being weird.
I think I played a game of Conqueror and I played a game of Aftershock like Rek'Sai recently.
Oh
and
yeah.
It felt so awful. Like I lost so many kills because I didn't have my fully stacked Fury to get the true damage before someone like flashed away. You know, and that never happens to me with Halo Blades. So
yeah,
like, I think Conqueror is generally better, but Halo Blades is it's just become a crutch, I guess.
There's pros and cons to both. Like there's kills that you'll get with Halo Blades that you would never get with Conqueror, and vice versa. I think so. It's a trade-off, but. It's absolutely. I think it's very difficult to switch back and forth between runes, like you were just talking about, which is why generally I say, like, if you're going to play one, you should probably just stick to one instead of trying to go back and forth between Halo Blades and Conqueror.
I do have a Smurf now though, and I've been trying out some like other junglers and as well as like Rek'Sai with other strategies and stuff as well. So I'll give Conqueror a more go.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I don't know. It's pretty complicated. There's like a lot to it, but I love like the precision tree secondary. The precision tree runes are just so good, and I don't know. I don't really like the domination ones that much. Like Triumph is so like, it's so good, and then
the more people tell me about the precision tree, like I never even really took proper notice of how good the precision tree ones were. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I thought some true damage on like cheap shot is good, but really it's like 10 true damage level.
Yeah, I mean it's something, but one thing I'm really bad at is managing this camera. I always want to look around the map, and then that resets this thing. I don't know how to lock that. But
is there like a? Oh yeah, because every time you like double click to follow me, then it goes back to the directed camera after a while.
Yeah, that's weird. So clear wise, this looks pretty good. It could be. I would not be hitting this one at all. Okay, so yeah, you're losing way too much HP on this camp, actually.
Yeah.
Which I
think that usually happens when I like
looking around
like
the
I'll
map.
auto attack the big one and then I'm looking around the map.
Yeah.
Really.
You pretty much never auto this big one. Yeah, I would maybe.
Yeah.
God, I would maybe work at that. I'm just gonna keep this held. But yeah, you definitely lose like probably like almost 200 HP here more than you should, which is. It's really, really important to, especially on a champ like Rek'Sai, where you're looking to duel people to maintain the high HP there. So that's possible room for improvement. And
I've definitely been a lot more aware of that since I've been using Absolute Focus now as well.
Oh yeah.
I noticed how much quicker the clears are, especially on Krugs and on Raptors when you're above 70% HP.
Oh yeah, it's huge. And just to, I mean, this is kind of more minuscule micro stuff, but usually the way I find myself using my potions is if you do these camps right, I don't even use a potion here on Krugs, and I end full HP. So I usually like auto that one. I'm trying to do this from memory here, but usually this one's dead by the time I knock up this one. So
yeah, for me it is too. Some games I think I mess the AoE up with the Q, and then like sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. So I usually have like one more potion than you do right here, which is like 150 HP, which is kind of a lot. And then here is when I take my first potion as soon as I start taking damage here. And if you take a step back, like every single time you auto, these little mini raptors miss a lot of auto attacks. So
that's true.
Little micro stuff that I would maybe focus on a little bit. Those small advantages really add up, especially on an early game champion like Rek'Sai. But
I did misplay with the potions at Krugs too, because my my HP was already full by the time I got to Raptors, so like there's probably some inefficiency with the potion there as well.
Yeah, a little bit lost there.
Yeah.
So this looks pretty good. You have a Zoe, okay. It's a good tunnel. Question: how did you knock her up there? Did you press W or did you auto attack her? Do you remember?
I'm pretty sure I pretty much always press W. So I think she might have just been out of range.
Yeah. So when this is actually really, really important. Rek'Sai, I'm gonna call it a trick that I never actually utilized until literally very, very recently. But if you're afraid that somebody's gonna flash your knock-up in situations like this where you know that she has flash and like she's probably gonna flash, I actually do think you land the knock-up here because she gets stunned for a second. But in situations where you think they might flash, just right-click them, and that way you can't miss your knock-up. So yeah, you do end up get the knock-up.
Oh yeah, I do remember typing in not all chat. I remember typing to my Zoe like, "What the hell is that?" Like I got the knock-up, but the flash went through it at the last second.
Yeah, so it's annoying. But yeah, that's just a little trick you can do if you think that they might flash. It also works on champs like Vlad with his pool, so you never end up like Wing and then just like hitting nothing. It makes it so you can't whiff your W basically.
Yeah.
So a little small trick to be aware of. This guy looks pretty dead. Yeah, nothing you can do there. So right now, you should be thinking that this Rammus is probably going to go for this, but you have mid pressure, and where's your? So you still have smite, okay?
I think I bring the blue around the corner here so we can't see it if he walks in.
Yeah. Yeah, I would be as Rek'Sai. You beat Rammus level 3 here, so I wouldn't be wanting to give him this. Like you have. So right now, these little things add up a lot. So just this objective is really important, and I call it an objective. Scuttle is kind of an objective, especially early game. So you have the Maokai teleport, you have mid pressure. This Rammus should not be allowed to get this. Like, yeah, because you're like almost full HP too. So that's just like, I'm trying to. I don't want to just like point out what you're doing wrong, but like point out like the actual way to think about it. But I guess what I'm saying is you should be really prioritizing these scuttle crabs in the early game, and you should be thinking about what the Rammus is going to do. So you were thinking about the Rammus was what was doing because you were walking this way, which is smart. But I would have taken the extra step and known that you could collapse on him, and I would be like spam pinging your team like assistance here, so you can collapse, or you could even type it out and say that we can collapse on him here.
Yeah, you're right. I actually don't know why I didn't go for that scuttle there. Because I knew he was on it too. I just don't know why I didn't think to contest him.
Yeah. It's knowing like I'm pretty sure you still win it even with Hail of Blades. With Conquer, you absolutely destroy Rammus here. Like Rammus is actually a very good matchup for Rek'Sai in my opinion because you can knock him up. Like you can knock him up before he can land his Q, if that makes sense.
You cancel it.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a pretty free matchup, honestly. Even though he's like good against AD champions, quote unquote. And then he wouldn't be able to do so. Like that's another thing, and I don't know if he's gonna die or not here. But if you collapse on him here, then whatever play is happening right now would have never happened because you're pressuring him, and then he can't.
I think I do realize that as well. At that moment, I'm like, oh shit, because he went mid straight away. I don't even think he took scuttle.
I think it looks like it's gone. It's not on the mini map, so I'm guessing it's gone. But yeah, you do end up killing him, which is cool. It's good.
I think my Leona played really well this game as well. Like I didn't expect her to roam as much, but she makes some pretty good
Yeah, that was a good roam. Like she's not even actually was a really well timed roam. And you get the double scuttle here. So right now you should be thinking, what is Rammus gonna do? So you should actually know, I don't know how well you're paying attention to this, but so we know that he ganked top, right? And he only had a red buff. So we know his path was red, Raptors, Krugs, top. You should know that. So now, knowing that, and I don't do that much jungle tracking, but and I should. It's kind of a mistake, but paying attention to like that is important. So there's literally only one path Rammus can do. Like he literally has to walk here. And even if like that amount of information doesn't turn into like anything like gank or killing him or anything, it's just really important to know that. Like where
I think in my mind I thought he went blue, Gromp, red, and then I saw the blue there. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah,
but I originally thought he did blue, Gromp, red, and then by the time he'd gone mid, because I don't think I saw him when he was top.
Okay.
Like I didn't see the blue buff on him, so I thought he'd already done it. And then when I saw him mid with just the rest, I thought the blue would run out.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, you're right though. I have been paying attention lately to CS numbers as well. I'm paying attention to like how much what camps they've probably done based on CS.
I just want to watch the way that. So that's a little bit weird. I don't know if that was a misplay or what.
Oh, I missed it. I got messed that up.
Yeah. So the reason this looked weird to me is because you didn't do it normal. I don't know if you normally do a normal auto or not, but you immediately queued, where I always auto queue.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, again, when I'm talking about with my combos with Hail of Blades, it's like, I know I should do that, because I know it's so much more efficient. Like, I do it on camps, but for some reason, with champions, as soon as Hail of Blade procs with my Q, then...
It's good. You could probably bully this Ramus off this, too. Well, maybe not, because you mid lane has pressure, so yeah, that's probably fine to base there. But yeah, that's going to be... Doing that combo right is... nailing that combo right is so important. I would literally... That's actually probably going to be your biggest improvement point, is just making sure you're doing your combo right. Because that's like... Rek'Sai only has one combo. Like, there's nothing else to it, really. So making sure you're 100% nailing that. And you could just...
Yeah, you're right, actually.
Yeah, I feel like you could just go into like a what do they call it? Training, whatever. For like 10 minutes and just sit there and just practice doing the combo right, and you probably wouldn't ever have to do it again. But little things like that, they don't seem like a lot, but every bit of damage really adds up, especially for Rek'Sai, because later when you're level 6, it deals damage based on missing health, so the more damage you deal, the more your R is going to do, and then also just combo speed in general is extremely important on Rek'Sai.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'll write that down. I've got a notepad and pen.
Okay, cool.
Make sure I practice that.
Cool. I wonder... I press X to look at your gold, right? Yeah, so that was a good time to... Getting the dragon there is cool. And then I kind of want to see your gold, because usually when I have...
I've got a lot there.
Yeah.
You want to back as soon as you get warrior, right?
You want to back usually when you have like 1,000 gold is usually a good time to back. So 1,000 gold is good because you can buy like Chilling Smite plus warrior or plus a longsword. 1,300 gold's decent because you can buy Chilling Smite, longsword, boots. 1,350 is really good because you can buy Chilling Smite, longsword. If you spam a lot of Rek'Sai, you can sort of start to memorize these numbers. But yeah, it's like 1k 1,350 is really good. But yeah, the reason that I'm talking about this now is because you're actually, if you have these two items, you're only like 500 gold away from warrior, and if you have boots too, boots as well. Let me just actually back up and figure out exactly how much gold.
I was only on. I think I had like 100 gold after that buy, so I was probably only 100 or so off warrior.
Yeah, it sucks you didn't get that dragon because that's a little bit of gold too, and your Krugs are up. I honestly, it's hard to tell, but you should always be looking. You should be. This actually happened to me today, where I was thinking about buying this, and then I was like, wait, if I stay for like one more camp, I can actually just get warrior. If you've got this much gold, looking for the full warrior purchase is just an insane power spike on Rek'Sai, and usually selling your potion plus doing these Krugs is like 250 gold, so that may have been enough, but just something to be aware of. The warrior power spike on Rek'Sai is just insane.
I think I backed there because I'm already trying to like, I'm already worried about my backing times. Like, I don't know when I would have backed previous to that, and I was like, I just need to get back, spend gold, and then get back on the map as soon as possible. So I wasn't even... Yeah, you're right. I wasn't even thinking about maybe doing Krugs and then getting full warrior.
Yeah, item power spikes are really important to think about. But, I mean, it's good that you're at least thinking about, like, back times and stuff, but that's unfortunate. All right.
Yeah, back times I think are one of the like major things that I just don't know when is optimal. Like, I probably could have backed after we killed Ramus mid and then gotten, I think that was like 1,000 gold there.
No, but it was good that you didn't, because then you got a double kill bot. So like, it's like, if you think nothing, it's sort of complicated, but it's like, if you think nothing's going to go on or you don't have anything good to do, then basing is good. Generally, if you have 1k, you want to base, but like because this gank was so free, it was good to go for that. And then I think you guys took dragon, and then it's like, yeah, you can base because you have all this gold, but if you just do your Krugs, then maybe you can afford warrior. So there's a lot of stuff you have to balance.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
a lot of basing actually comes up. I find most of my base times come from after the early game, so the early game base is kind of important. But I've been missing my W on this thing a lot too. I feel like it has a weird hitbox.
Oh my god, it's so embarrassing.
Yeah. I've started to just like auto click knock it up instead of using my W because it's pretty tilting. But looks like we go for an invade here, which is fine. So
yeah, my Maokai's pinging it with me, so I'm like, all right, we can probably do this.
Yeah.
I think I bite the camp there.
Yeah, it happens, man. Like I do that stuff all the time. It worked out though. That's a good invade. It's good that you're strong enough to do that. I wasn't really paying attention to where the Orianna was, but she wasn't there, so that's good. So now, I guess you don't have ult. I was gonna say you could almost look to invade again into here, but nah. Because you don't have ult, it's probably fine to just clear your bot side and then buy warrior. Hopefully you'll base after, because you definitely have gold for warrior right now.
And it'd be better to back before I take red here, because if I come back and then take red, then
you have more red. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like you're actually gonna go for a play. Oh no, you're gonna farm. That's fine. Or one thing you could do that would have been super efficient is like take your red and then. So a big thing on ending with Rek'Sai, because again, Rek'Sai does fall off, especially if you're running Halo Blades, you do kind of fall off. So it's important to push these objectives really hard. And I would honestly probably do this red. It depends exactly what your gold is, like how many items you can buy. But it would probably be a really good idea to do this red, base, and then just straight up to Herald and get that. You can snowball games really hard with Herald. Do you know the proper way to use Herald?
Yeah, I did. I learnt it from your stream actually, so I've been doing that.
Perfect.
It's annoying actually because I get pinged a lot in low elo. Like just drop the fucking thing already, and it's like just help me get down to 2 plates, and then we get the full tower.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. Yeah, so many people do that wrong, and it kind of blows me away, even in Challenger. So you're sitting. Yeah, this would definitely be a time where I would be. Oh, that was ambitious.
Yeah, Leona really carries me here.
I don't think you eat him. Did you eat him?
No, I don't think I did.
Okay. That's just like little combat stuff, but yeah, I wouldn't go for that. If you had your ults, I would maybe have gone for that. Yeah, if you eat him, you get that kill.
Yeah, this is me high on my own shit, like thinking that I'm like just way stronger than I am.
Yeah, and the thing is, you are really strong if you have the warrior. Like if you have the warrior there, that works really well. Sometimes
that's just it.
Yeah. I'll do that too sometimes where I'm like, I thought I was stronger, then I'm like, oh wait, I guess I have like all of this gold in my inventory. Yeah, if you have the warrior, you're literally so much stronger there. I would, yeah, you're walking a little bit too close here to this Orianna as well. This play, this actually ends up going relatively well. All things considered.
I think I had Leona pinging me too, so yeah, I remember typing like Leona carried me.
Yeah.
Because she soaked up so much for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was.
It was ambitious.
A high variance. Yeah, it's super ambitious. Yeah. I knew as soon as I turned it over the wall that I was like, oh my god, what have I done?
It ends up working out pretty well though. Yeah, if you've got the warrior, it goes much better. And yeah, I would make sure you get off that E. The E is like, yeah. The E on Rim is that play would have gone even better, but still overall that was pretty good. But I would have just based honestly and bought that warrior, which we've harped on that enough, I guess. But yeah, knowing that warrior is probably literally your biggest power spike on Rek'Sai. So generally, whenever you can get that warrior, and and reset, that's the ideal thing to do. Unless there's something like really pressing that you need to be on the map for.
Wait.
What's up?
Oh no, I was just saying yes, sweet. Like,
oh, okay.
It's definitely something that I should be paying attention to.
Yeah, item power spikes are very, very important for Rek'Sai. Knowing when you're strongest and abusing the enemy jungler because of it. So again, right now, I really would be trying to getting these objectives is really the most important part of Rek'Sai. Using your early game strength to bully the enemy jungler and take objectives, and you also take them so safe because of your tunnels and stuff. So like, yeah, definitely take this wave. That's good. Okay. Yeah, you win this for sure, right? You wait.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you've got tunnel items. Yeah, at this point you're so fed. These are pretty good, yeah. I would be looking for so I think it might have been better to go for Mercury Treads over Phage, because like the way you die is getting CC'd by like Rammus or Zyra. I think about a lot of AP on your team, so Mercs are also extra useful. And the main reason I say that is because you have such a big shutdown that Mercs, yeah, going for like survivability over damage can be more important, I think. Because like if you were to die, that would be very, very bad for you this game. That's sort of like a win condition on their own right now. I mean, not exactly a win condition, but like a comeback condition is for them to kill you. So building like a little bit of erring towards the side of like survivability would be probably better. Okay.
Yeah, I do die once in this game, and after that, I'm pretty sure they take mid inhib and everything. Like, and you can see on the gold chart afterwards, like as soon as they kill me, it drops like 3k in their favor.
Yeah.
Because they make a big play off it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what I was really worried about. I make if I can say so myself, to my own horn, I make a really good play after that saves the game again. But
nice.
Yeah, this game like really had me worried because they were like, I was this fed and they still managed to take mid inhib from me, and so I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
So a big thing right now is Dragon's been on the map for several minutes here, and you were taking Herald, but right now, after you got Herald, I would be like pinging Dragon like mad. Like you guys, your bot lane's winning too. Like they just double killed the lane. Like we should be hard focusing this dragon because you got a pretty early first dragon. So getting to 4 dragons, like you can get it pretty early on this game. So yeah. That would be the main thing. I would be wanting to use your strength, your like high level, to be going for this dragon. Oh god. That was close.
I didn't think I'd take the first tower shot, and then she ulted me. I was like, oh no, it's doomed.
Yeah. Yeah, she knocked you back in for the second. Ooh. That's a tilter for you.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, very spicy.
Yeah, so that's just, unfortunately, I just don't think you need to go for that risky of a play. I think you can just, I mean, I understand looking for it, but you should just really be thinking in your head, okay, dragon's up, why are we not taking dragon? Like, hard force your team to play for these objectives in these games.
I think I wanted to kill Ori to do that Herald play mid.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I also didn't know where Rammus was, so.
Yeah, I get looking for that. Yeah, so they actually get the... Do they get the dragon? No, they don't. Cool. I saw Zyra there, so... So you've got 1 minute. So yeah, you do need to drop this Herald in the next minute. You honestly... So what I would do, because it's too late to try to get the mid, like the big power play, I would just drop Herald bot here, because it can take like almost all of this. It'll take it down to like a sliver of health, and you guys can maybe get him. So yeah, I would be doing red, and then coming up and just dropping this here. You guys don't have a wave, but your bot lane's smurfing pretty hard here. So yeah, hopefully, yeah, cool. It looks like you do get it off, so that's good. Which means you were probably cognizant of the fact that the thing was gonna break, so yeah, that's really good. Proper Herald usage, I like it. That'll put you like a lot ahead of people, your elo. I should slow this down a bit, actually. So I'm gonna watch this fight one more time, just to see how you use your ult here. So yeah, she has no root.
My ult gets she dies before it goes off.
Yeah. So it should get reset. Yeah, it's back up now. Ooh. It's just so weird. Let me back up again. I don't think you guys should have gone for this turret. Is actually the big thing. You guys,
yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, you really need to be getting this dragon. Like there's scuttle crab here, which again is a mini objective in itself because it's so easy to kill. I would just maybe at worst take his Gromp because taking the camps is really nice, but you've gotta force your team to go for these objectives, like because that is how you close out these games early, is getting dragons. Literally, that's the key. Like the dragon is like it'll force fight. So like if you keep getting these early dragons, then all of a sudden you're at soul point, and they'll like force bad fights to stop you from getting it, and you can just win off of that alone.
Yeah.
So yeah, watching this whole game, like dragon's been up for like a while. Like the first one died at, what was this, 525? So I think it has like a 5-minute cooldown. So it was up for like almost 5 minutes.
5 minutes again.
Yeah. So just really,
I think I just got so, I got high on my own shit again and just wanted to like
look for kills.
Like I knew, it's like I know I should go for dragon there, but the Zyra was just like,
yeah,
it's almost like she was disrespecting me. I was like, I can't have this, and then I make dumb plays.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm so strong. So,
dude, I did that for a long time. It's hard to like sort of master that whole, and I still do dumb plays sometimes, but master that whole, okay, like I could do this, but this is just clearly objectively better, or like it's a lot safer, and yeah, sort of mastering that objective focus is going to be a big difference maker, I think. Let's see. I think, and I did see you do the combo wrong again on the Zyra, and I won't keep harping on that, but
I've definitely underlined that about 8 times now.
Yeah. Perfect.
It was one of those things that I thought like, yeah, my Rek'Sai mechanics are good and everything, and then even just watching this game now with you telling me, it's like, holy shit, like I didn't realize that I thought I always did it,
Yeah. Like I don't know if you always are missing it, but yeah, like every time it's literally an entire auto attack less, and on a champion that builds like full AD, it's like 100 something less damage, which is just really adds up again, especially with your ult. And it also just makes your E pop up even faster, like get your Fury, full stack Fury E faster. Okay, I should not watch that. Let's see. So right now, Herald's coming up in some amount of time. Yeah, I would not be here. Your team's kind of A-ramming, but there's nothing to do here. Yeah, I would just be... Okay. I would just be farming up. So actually, yeah, let me reset this again. So we've wasted a lot. So even right there, you probably wasted like 20 seconds, maybe more, walking. You kind of just like, and they were fighting, but like they killed your Zoe. Like nothing else is going to happen here. And so you should be thinking, okay, this play's done. That's sort of how I think. It's like, okay, this play is done. And like, you don't know for sure that it's done, but it should be done at the very least. Like it looks like it's done. So, and I say it's done because you guys can't siege this. Like it's an Orianna, like it's full HP. Like there's no way you guys are sieging this against an Orianna. So what I would be thinking is, okay, this is going to spawn in like, it looks like 40 seconds or something. And you know your Krugs are spawning. So I would probably farm your Krugs and look to farm up towards Herald when it spawns. So like, yeah, you could be at your Krugs right now. And yeah, so your Raptors are going to spawn X amount of minutes from now. So right now you would be on your Raptors. Instead, you're still over here. Find the wave. Yeah, so right now, and just to sort of give you an idea of like what my play is, and knowing when you should be farming, when you should be not. You should be farming when there's not a fight happening. this fight was done. So what you do, you go bot, you farm this, you farm this, you farm. You'd probably be finishing your wolves right now, and you would have 3 more camps than you have right now. You got a little bit of XP here, but this is like probably like 400 gold here, and even more because XP has gold value. But then you would have been able to do an entire full clear. So Krugs, Raptors, Wolves. Now you can maybe do this, and then the whole time you should probably be pinging your team that you want to do Herald, so they know to sort of rotate towards that. And then you could take the Scuttle Crab that's spawning, and you would just be doing stuff like that. That's how you get like 2-3 levels ahead of the enemy jungler, by just like farming when there's nothing going on, and stuff like that. So yeah. So looks like you'll probably get this kill. That was kind of weird because she was sort of out of your range. So. But
yeah, I think that was one where I pressed W to try and get the max range knock up, but I completely forgot that it would knock up the minion.
Yeah.
First the minion's closer.
Yeah, which actually like knocks them away, I think, a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, then you just end up resetting. So like, we did get a kill, but yeah, I would have done like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 6 camps, and then tried to be on this. Looks like Rammus is probably gonna get this now too. So it's just like little things like that, being objective, or like that kill you just got with the Orianna, like farming this wave and killing Orianna, that gives you 300 more gold, but like it doesn't push you, and it doesn't really make you any closer to winning this game. Like you effectively didn't do anything. And again, you're kind of on a timer as Rek'Sai. I don't really buy the whole Rek'Sai like falls off really hard narrative, but
I used to, but yeah, since I've watched your stream, I've been a bit more enlightened as to like how good Rek'Sai is actually late game.
Yeah, like if you can one-shot the enemy carry, especially, yeah, I mean, then you've done your job. I mean,
even building like semi-tanky, you can still get like a 450 damage true bite, and that doesn't ever not be useful.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so easy to get picks, and you have your tremor sense to like be useful for your team, and I don't know. There's so many ways. So now you're sort of doing the full clear. So you guys want to be pinging. You guys want to do Dragon on spawn like for sure here. I don't know when it's gonna spawn, but you guys have like full pressure. Like they're all stuck behind this turret right now. Like you guys could have all vision in this. Like be ready to do this Dragon on spawn. They have to come into you, and you've got. Yeah, I guess you guys used Ashel, but they have to like face check into Zoe bubble, which is really annoying. And you got this really good pick on Ezreal. Hopefully this doesn't turn bad. That was an ambitious dive. Damn. I think we missed our knock-up on...
Yeah, definitely did.
Yeah, barely. It was close. Do you have Flasher? No, we used it defensively there. Oh, that sucks. That was sort of Leona being over-ambitious there. I wonder if we could have... So you've got Flash in this fight. I just want to see it.
Oh yeah, I actually don't know why I flashed there. I
just want to see if like exactly if there was any other opportunities that we could have gone for here. Getting that knockup might have made the difference. You also
because the Maokai rooted him, and I thought like I had an extra second where he'd be moving towards me. So I tried to predict it, but he got stopped. So
yeah, definitely don't be afraid to use the auto attack knockup. Though it's kind of weird with Rammus because the auto attack knockup, his Q might actually hit you first. So you actually probably could have killed him with your ult here. Oh, and you also did the combo. Yeah, if you ult here, you dodge the Orianna ult, and I think you kill him. I mean, you kind of have to see it coming. That's sort of again a sort of advanced thing.
I was thinking about it, yeah, but again, because I had the 700 gold shutdown, I was like,
yeah,
I ult that, then I die. I'd rather stay alive.
Yeah, are you taking...
Or at least I tried to.
Okay, yeah, you've got water walking. Lately, I've been trying Celerity plus... Celerity plus... No, not Celerity. Absolute Focus plus... plus Nimbus Cloak.
This was...
Okay.
I have been taking that since this game. Not since this game specifically, but
yeah, Nimbus... The thing I really love about Nimbus Cloak is in this time where you... I'm going to go back one more time to this fight, but... If you were to say ult Rammus here, then anytime you go for these sort of ambitious ults, You can just like flash away, and you get away. You walk away so fast that they can't really chase you. Like I get away. Like I have the craziest escapes on Rek'Sai just because of Nimbus Cloak, which is why lately I've tried switching back to it. And it's been pretty good so far.
I think I do run Nimbus Cloak. Absolute focus at the moment. Yeah. Actually.
Yeah. Always be aware that you can. It kind of allows you to go for those crazy ults sometimes. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, I'll escape so much with that. Plus, like GA, flashing out off of GA, I'll find myself living. So yeah, we've lost 2 dragons now. That dragon was kind of weird because that was kind of Leona being a bit overambitious. It sucks because you got the free pick and that should have been a free dragon. And it wasn't a pick as in you got a kill, but you chunked Ezreal to like 0 HP, so he can't team fight for this dragon. So right after I saw Ezreal get chunked, I would be pinging my team to go to Dragon, and then hopefully maybe that would have stopped Leona from going for that dive. But yeah, being objective focused is just like everything on Rek'Sai. So definitely would have been. Oh, and you kind of gotta tell your team to do it too. You got to be the one that knows the macro and directing your team on what to do there. Let's see. So what's the next?
I die. Yeah, I think I die pretty soon here when we try and push mid.
Yeah, you guys are actually even on gold, which is pretty scary because I feel like they scaled.
Yeah, I could kind of feel that at this point. I'm pretty sure I try and force for fight mid, because I know we're losing this game.
Yeah, that's a pretty good Ashol. It's a really good Oriana. Let's see. What would I be doing in this fight here? So I would definitely have an eye on Ezreal, and I'd honestly probably be looking for like a flash Q on Ezreal to try to mark him so I could ult him. Let's see. Zyra's pretty far up though, so you could also go for Zyra. I would sort of like be dividing my attention to trying to look at Ezreal and look for like an opportunity to Q him, and looking to go on this Zyra. We don't have flash. Okay. Looks like you probably were looking for that Q, so that's good, but Mundo was in the way. He's kind of blocking you right now. Yeah, you can't really get in here.
I wasn't really watching the team had backed up so far, and then I was like, okay, we're still in this fight, we're still in this. Yeah. And I got taunted, so I didn't even get my knock up.
Rough, yeah. The Mia pings. Alright. Yeah, gotta be,
So yeah, they jump up 2k gold on that play alone.
Yeah, because they've got the Herald too. I think it's gonna be more than 2k. Honestly, they could absolutely do Baron here. Like, I guess the question is whether or not this is better than Baron. I don't know that it is though. I don't think it is. I think they should have gone for Baron, but okay. Oh, by the way, because we got those 2 kills, I would be absolutely pinging Baron right now.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know if I'm pinging it, but I think I'm pretty sure I typed it because after this pick I get here.
Yeah. I would use Scuttle Crab though. Oh, nice. What? Okay.
I think he was trying to buy.
Yeah, nice. Nice. This is something I'm really bad at thinking, but I probably would have tried not to use your smite there because now you don't have a smite for this. But again, I say that, but I never do this, right? It's really hard to like think, okay, I only have 1 smite, we're about to do Baron.
Yeah, totally. I do that all the time, and then I find myself pinging it like to my team.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
Yeah, hopefully. The way to try to prevent that is to try to think to yourself, like right here, I would be thinking, okay, we should do Baron. I've got 1 charge of smite, and then like I would know that I only have 1 charge of smite here, so I would try to not to use it if I don't have to. But yeah, that's really good. We got the pick on Rammus. okay. I don't know. I hate how I can't see when dragon spawns, but it looks like it's not spawning for at least 40 seconds. So there's a lot of turrets in the mid lane, and this is where the inhib minions are. So I would probably be getting your team to go mid as 5. You definitely want to group up and try to get a lot out of this Baron, because again, this is a really hard game at this point. Everybody's bot right now. I would be pinging them to come mid. As the jungler, or maybe not as necessarily as the jungler. I don't know. I feel like as the jungler, it's sort of my job to tell everybody what to do. Or maybe it's just my teammates don't know what to do, generally speaking. I don't know. But you kind of have to, like, micro them around.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, everybody's, like, basing at weird times, because ideally, like in high elo, everybody tries to match their bases together so you're all on the map at the same time and you can make a push with this Baron. She got a nice poke on Rammus there, so that sort of makes this dragon easier. Yeah, everybody's still sort of lollygagging around. We're still trying to get something done here with this Baron.
So I'm not sure if we should be pushing mid here, because we've got supers pushing against us, which makes it harder, but we've also got Baron, so...
But yeah, you have to... You kind of have to clear the mid minions, because if you don't, they're going to push into your base. So like, say... It's kind of weird because it's mid, but say if it was bot lane, I would be pushing against the super minions, because otherwise they're going to run a train into your base. It's better for you to answer them, because like this way you can do both at the same time. Like, these minions aren't going to kill your minions. Like, it's going to take you a little bit longer to kill the wave, but this way you can both clear their super minions and push at the same time. Because, like, see, it's not like they're killing your wave or anything. It's slowing you down, like, a couple seconds max.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I would actually go for this dragon here. You don't have a cannon to empower, so we're probably not going to get that off. But yeah, it is important that you keep that mid control here. I think Rammus is still a little bit low. You don't have Ashe ult, but okay, no, he based. But it is hard for him to get in here because he's Rammus and he can't just like... It looks like he's floating. He can't like... He doesn't really have a way to get into the pit. Why does it look like...
Oh, he's floating. What the hell?
Yeah. What's going on here? What? Alright. Weird. Looks like... I would be trying... everybody's basing. I guess we're not getting anything done with this. Is this a cannon wave? This is a cannon wave. I would be really trying to force this push here. You've got the cannon wave. I don't know why we're pinging back. Yeah, sitting here is good in case maybe somebody walks around here. I would Q. So I would be using my... Make sure you use your burrowed Q to check bushes to see if there's anybody there. Like, we kind of have vision of everybody now, but like... Somebody could have been potentially maybe sitting in this bush, and it's relatively cost free to just throw out Qs and fish for people. It's essentially like having a ward. This is really bold, but damn. I guess Rammus wasn't there. They don't really have any CC other than Zyra, so it's actually pretty pro. Nice.
Yeah, I was pretty confident I could get that off, and I was just getting sick of like the endless stalling in mid.
Yeah.
Like, I knew I could get this pick, and I thought this would really open it up.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
Even if yeah.
That's something I can't... I don't think I can do that play with Conquer, because it takes too long to get my E up, but... Nice. Yeah, that was a really good play. Nice.
Oh, I got that one too.
So yeah, I want to watch this one more time and see if there was any CC that we needed to keep an eye out for other than Orianna ult. I want to see if she used her root or anything. So do you have... Okay, we don't have sweeper up, so we don't actually know if they have vision here or not, but it doesn't look like it. I don't know if Zyra has her root or not. If she has her root, this is a little bit of a scary play.
Yeah, I think that's why I flashed there, because I thought if they did have vision, like the tunnel's really easy to see, so it's like if I can flash to her, I thought I'd flash underneath them if anything, but you know, I was like I could maybe dodge the at least something.
Yeah, and you can tell when you can actually react to Orianna's ult pretty easily with your ult, and you did there, so that's good too. The main reason, so it's important, like, yes, that worked out really well, but it's important to know, like, why it worked out well. because like otherwise if you're just like flashing in like crazy, like obviously before when you flashed or when you went in here, it didn't work. So the reason this went like super well is because Rammus wasn't here. And I guess I was really low, and it made it super easy to just one-shot her and then use your R on somebody else. What items do you have here?
I think Black Cleaver. Oh, I went to Stance this game.
Death Stance is pretty good. And against tanks, I like Death Stance, that extra sustain, and
I've only been building it recently. Usually I'd go GA straight after Black Cleaver, especially in games like this where I'd be looking to dive at the backline against tanks.
Yeah.
Working against people that can CC me anyway.
I still think GA is probably... I haven't built GA in a while. I feel like I haven't built GA in a while on Rek'Sai. I don't know why. It's really good. I still think it's probably his best third or her best third item, but this is a pretty insane game, actually. I didn't even realize your score was so high. I guess you're just crazy fed, huh?
Yeah. But that's the thing. This is why I wanted this game analyzed in particular, because like
you almost lost.
Fed, getting fed early game is like not a problem for me. I almost always go at least 5 kills or something in the early game, but then I usually throw that away by mid game.
Yeah, that's because Rek'Sai is just so good at ganking, and it looks like you have a pretty good idea of what you're supposed to be, like how to pull off ganks and stuff like that. Like I was gonna like tell you like about this tunnel. There's a pretty specific way to tunnel here, and you did that right. So it looks like your ganking and stuff is right, and you know how to get fed. I would just, the main absolute thing is there are a lot of times where you're not forcing these objectives and you could be, and that should be like over ganking almost. It should be going for objectives, and I say almost, I actually mean absolutely. You should be looking to get these dragons and get these heralds, and you can't just like blind do it. Like I wouldn't just be blind going for these solo dragons that are like over ambitious, but there were definitely a lot of times this game where a dragon was up and you weren't really prioritizing it. And that's how you can just close out games. Just by people will take bad fights to stop you from getting Dragon Soul. And if you do get Dragon Soul, that's usually an auto win in general. Yeah, so definitely the dragon thing is probably the second most important thing. The most important thing I would say is nailing down that Rek'Sai combo. Just like,
I'll definitely have to work on that.
Yeah,
I think I might have a few games at Conqueror too to like, because the Conqueror kind of forces you to do that combo properly.
Oh,
which is
yeah.
why I was saying Halo Blades is a crutch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I can get away with it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. If you don't do the auto reset with the Q, it would take so long to do that. Like almost a full second longer to get your E. This is kind of, yeah, I wouldn't have watch this again. I would be playing this a little bit slower. Again, Rammus is the one we have to watch out for. He's all their CC, so we can't just we can't go in when Rammus is there.
Yeah, my reaction timing there was a bit bad. Like I saw Rammus go in and thought, okay, I'm just gonna like maybe show, because then a lot of the times in like, I know that if you show behind Tau, then the enemy team will be like, oh no, he knows something I don't, and then they'll back up.
Yeah.
And then I saw the other two sets of footprints and was like, oh shit, I need to look.
Yeah. Yeah, Rammus should like. It's very, very difficult for Rammus to get on top of Rek'Sai between your E and your knockup. So you pull two.
So I think I sprint straight mid to try and end, and then collapse back on the Zyra.
That's pretty good. Nice. Yeah, that worked out pretty well. So this game's pretty much, it's over. So those are, I would say, the three biggest things that you can do to improve. The number one biggest thing is literally just doing your combo right. You will literally make your champion do more damage and do it faster. Like, it's almost like having like an extra amount of gold on you permanently. Like, yeah, so that's the number one most important thing. Like, beyond anything else, that alone will make you significantly better. The second thing I would say is looking for those dragons to win the game, to close out the games on. That's a huge thing. This game, it's insane that this game was this close. Like, because you guys have just had such a strong early. You should be getting all these dragons. They should feel like suffocated because they can't, like they have this dragon soul weighing down on them, and that alone could have made this game very different. Because right now, like here at this point in the game, you're like thinking like, I mean, you said it yourself. You're like thinking we need to do something or we're gonna lose this game, and like it should be the other way around. Like you should have 2 or 3 dragons, and they should be the ones feeling like they need to force something or they're gonna lose the game. So that's the number one thing. When you get those early leads on Rek'Sai, you really want to force them by doing objectives and making them feel like they need to do something to stop you.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah. Like very, 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 very important. When I did my unranked to challenger thing, I know I haven't finished it yet. It's like Diamond 1, but when I did the unranked to challenger thing on Rek'Sai, non-stop I was getting like every single game I was getting every single dragon and every single herald, unless something like went wrong. That was like my way of closing out the games and winning every one. Was obviously I would look for those invades and try to take advantage of the enemy jungler and get those ganks off, but the main way that I was consistently winning every single game was by taking objectives, and that's just it puts a timer on the game essentially. And then the third thing was, I wish I would have timed it here. Actually, I think this was it. Yeah, this was it. This play alone, knowing that like in your head you should be thinking, okay, this play's dead. We can't go any further here. I don't know if you remember this play, but yeah, this play's dead. Yeah. We can't go any further here. You should be thinking, okay, what's the next play right now? And it kind of looks like you just end up kind of meandering around and getting a kill here, which is essentially wasting 60 seconds. It doesn't progress you any closer to any of the game. You should be thinking, okay, Herald is spawning in a minute or whatever it is. I should, and this is spawning now, so I can go bot, clear up, and then take this. And this is more, yeah. And the main reason that this is the right play is because there's nothing else that should be going on. Like maybe Rammus comes, this ends up happening, but maybe Rammus comes top and kills him, and maybe you could look to try to counter gank that. But I usually go for the 100% efficiency thing, which is just to farm up and go play for the next objective. So yeah, I mean, those are my 3 main things that I would say, which is basically farming when nothing's going on and playing towards objectives, and then doing your combo right. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
The combo thing's still a little embarrassing, but we'll get better.
It's totally understandable. Like with Hail of Blades, like how fast you attack, I could see it like just like not even really realizing you're doing it wrong, and stuff like that. So it's no big deal. I'm very positive you'll do that better. That's like a super easy thing to fix. Like that's great. Like that alone, I guarantee you is going to help so much with your damage, and yeah, that'll help tremendously. So yeah, I think if you do those 3 things, it looks like other than that, you're playing Rek'Sai really well. So I think you'll probably find yourself climbing a lot faster.
Yeah, I'm aiming for Diamond this season, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I totally think it's possible. Like, there were a few mistakes, like going in when you probably shouldn't have, like knowing when you can and can't go in. But I mean, those are mistakes that I made the same kind of mistakes. Like you can iron those out over time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if you do those 3 things, literally, I think you could absolutely make diamonds. Like just knowing to be objective, really hard objective focused. That is probably the main thing. And sort of pinging your team and telling them what to do. I don't know that I saw you pinging your team too much, but I'm always telling my team what to do. And that's something that comes with time too, knowing what to do and feeling confident in telling your team that that's what they should be doing. But
yeah. No, you're totally right.
Yeah. I like seeing all of that, because these are fairly easy things that you can do to improve. And like sometimes I don't know, there's like somebody's doing so much wrong and it's like, God, it's like, where do I begin? But like here, it's like these are very small easy things you can do, and I guarantee you'll notice the difference tremendously. So cool.
Yeah, cool. Well, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet. That was actually about an hour now. So, did you want to? Well, it's up to you. What else?
Do you have any questions that you want to like go over or anything like while you?
I guess. Pathing past your first clear, maybe, because I know it's such like a game specific thing, but I know like how to path for my first clear. Like I do those 3 like red side camps, then I can choose to either gank bot, mid, top, or continue clearing. But then coming back on the map, and again, because it's such a game specific thing, but I'm never sure if I'm doing the right thing by trying to like repeat that first clear into a gank or something? Or
yeah. So the second clear is less about trying to do that sort of full clear over again. It's more about trying to be where you think you should be, and that is, again, it's obviously game specific, but it has to do with like where you think the enemy jungler is going to go, what the lanes look like. Yeah.
So if there's no objectives up, like Herald's down, Dragon's down for another 2 minutes each, 2-3 minutes each, would you be either grouping with your team looking for picks or split pushing?
So
typically, I mean, like, again, it's game specific.
Yeah. So I tried to never split push. I mean, sometimes split pushing is the right thing, but I would say rarely is it the right thing. Usually, because camp timers are so low, if nothing's happening, if my team's all grouped up, you kind of need to be there. But if nothing's happening, usually it's not a good idea to just. I mean, I don't know what your games usually look like, but generally it's kind of weird to just have your team grouped up.
I think that's, again, it's interesting that you said that you wouldn't split push, because I think split pushing is like one of the things that I most frequently do. I didn't do much of it in this game, but like, for instance, in this play right here, when I chose to go bot, ideally I was thinking farm, get raptors, but they took too long to spawn, then get krugs. And I was like, at that time, I'd wasted too much time, so I was like, let's go get bot wave and shove it up to tower and generate pressure there.
Yeah.
Because like, I always think
your camps are just, they're actually worth like a decent amount of gold, and like, it feels weird to be split pushing when your camps are up, like.
Yeah. No, in retrospect, it does. But like, if no one's going to push the lanes, then, because even if we get an objective and there's no lanes pushing for us, and if I mean, like, I know I'm obviously in this elo, but when I say like this elo, people don't.
You're fine.
It's hard to constantly have the wave shoving it like against the enemy team, like wave management and whatnot. I'm not saying that I'm professional or anything, but obviously,
yeah,
I think. Above, I do prioritize having pushing lanes, I guess.
I would just make sure you want to make sure you're kind of. I wouldn't go to push if there's like a big wave to take, like absolutely take it. But generally speaking, I would always try to spend that little bit of time to clear, especially because you've got absolute focus and stuff. Like, I would spend that extra time to do your camps first, because every time they spawn, they're worth more XP. It's that stuff. Snowballing that XP lead is really, really important. Like, say, I don't know how big of a lead you had over this Rammus. So yeah, you looks like you were about 1 level ahead of him, 2 levels here. Yeah, you probably could have been like 3, maybe 4. 4 might be pushing it, but like, a lot of people, especially in your elo, like, these solo laners will miss their waves because whether they're dying or they're just doing a bad roam or something like that, they'll be missing their waves. And so like in my elo, when basically people are pretty competent and they're getting all their waves and stuff, they're not missing XP. If I'm doing a good job, I'm usually like the same level or maybe like a little bit lower than my solo laners if I'm doing well. But in your elo, like, people are missing waves, they're not farming efficiently, they don't take camps or whatever. So they're usually, you can be like 2 levels above solo laners as a jungler if you're being really efficient with your camp taking and stuff. And having 2 levels on a champion, like, it's a huge game changer. Like, your levels are worth like, I don't know exactly how much gold they're worth, but they're worth like 500 or 600 or something gold just in like pure stats. And then also your abilities do more damage and stuff like that. So getting those level leads is another way that I carried a lot on Rek'Sai. And you sort of get them by pathing efficiently and making sure you don't die, which is kind of like a Korean advice thing. But as Rek'Sai, you kind of get to pick and choose your fights because you have your E is such a good escape tool. So it's kind of. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have been paying attention a lot more to trying to generate level leads since games like this, but like, which brings me to like the next point of farming, of like, what priority do you put on counter jungling? Because I've been trying to counter jungle as much as possible, but it's so sometimes awkward to like fit it in there.
Yeah, I only do it, I don't force it. Like, if I can do it, I do it, but I don't like hard force it. And maybe I should honestly be counter jungling more, I don't know, but I don't like. If I'm counter jungling, it's really dependent on where my lanes are at. If I mean, it depends on who I'm jungling against too, obviously. If I'm like really strong, then I can force it because I know I can one shot the enemy jungler. But a lot of times I focus more on if my lanes are pushed, then I can invade and stuff like that. Yeah, it's like important, but don't like kill yourself for it, because dying is the absolute worst on Rek'Sai. So if you can, because dying is how you lose your lead and it's how you start to fall behind. And once you fall behind on Rek'Sai, you're in trouble. The most important thing above anything is not falling behind on Rek'Sai, which is why I sort of push this. I usually do a full clear on Rek'Sai, which a lot of people don't, but like I
think I've had a lot more success since I've started full clearing, because it's, they say like low variance plays, like it always works.
Yeah,
pretty much so.
And if you like do a 3-camp clear and then you gank and it doesn't work or you die, you're just so far behind, and it makes it pretty hard to come back. I mean, you can come back. I had a game like this today where I did these 3 camps and then I tried to gank bot, and then I walked over a ward because instead of going around like this, I went around through this, and there was a ward right here. And I was literally like a level behind the enemy jungler the rest of the game, because having to do the walk of shame from here all the way up to your wolves is like, this is a scary gank to go for. I mean, it works a lot, especially in your elo, but in my elo, it's, I don't know. I did it a lot on my climb on my unranked to challenger, but yeah, I wouldn't really recommend that. Honestly, the full clear is just, again, like you said, it's low variance, and I think the most important thing on Rek'Sai is again keeping up in levels and just being really, really consistent.
Yep, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't have any more questions as of right now, but
okay. Well,
I imagine I'll pop stream at some point.
Yeah. If you get more questions, feel free to message me on Discord or whatever, and I'll try to answer what I can. It's not a problem at all. So hopefully this was super helpful for you.
Yeah, well, we'll see how we go. I'll probably set up another one of these when I'm in Plat, and then we can go over a Plat game.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I have literally no doubt at all that you can get Diamond, as long as you don't like worrying too much about rank can be bad, because then like you get like frustrated when you lose and games start to go bad. So I would focus more on like, make sure you're focused on like your own play and stuff like that, instead of like winning. And as long as you're just like slowly improving, like absolutely, no doubt that you'll hit diamonds this season.
Sweet. All right.
Yeah. Cool.
Excellent.
All right.
Thanks so much for this.
Yeah, absolutely. This was fun. This might be a pretty good video to post, actually. I think this could help a lot of people trying to learn Rek'Sai.
Yeah. Well, especially with the combos.
yeah. The combo is so important. Like laning the burrowed Q and then the auto reset. Yeah. That's.
I think that's the other part of it that I completely have neglected to do, is that I don't borrow Q before I knock up.
Oh yeah,
at the same time, one of the reasons I love Rek'Sai is like that feeling of letting someone get away with, not letting them, but someone getting away with 100 HP and then borrowing and queuing them.
Yeah.
And getting those snipes. It feels so good.
Those duos feel really good. What level order do you usually do?
I always used to max Q just straight up, and then after I started watching you, I didn't even consider that I should be maxing E after I level ult. So I've started going 3 into Q. Mm-hmm. Then after my ult, I go E max, and then finish Q max.
Yeah, that took me a long time to get used to. I always wanted to try that, but I would always like out of habit just level up my Q to max. But fortunately, I've sort of got it down now. But I think that makes a huge difference. Not so much from damage. I don't think the damage is. I've seen a lot of people say you do it for like damage, like against tanks or something. It has nothing to do with damage. It's just so you have your tunnel up more often, and
you're allowed to go through your tunnels more quickly when your E is leveled up all the way, isn't it?
I think is that a thing? I heard somebody else say that too. I don't know if that's actually true or not. That would be.
I can't remember if the tunnels, like your availability to go through the tunnels, scales with your E level or your
you're right. Level. You're right. You're right. It goes down drastically. Like at first, your E has like a 10-second cooldown or something to reuse it or something crazy like that. But it goes down to like as low as like 2 seconds or something, which does come up. It can be pretty huge. So yeah. Cool. It sounds like you're leveling right, and yeah.
All right, sweet.
Yeah.
See you in Plat.
Yeah, sounds good, man.